When you have a groom like Warrior Ryan and the bride ends up being the worst out of the two, run. Run and never look back. Mafs Australia, Monday the 5th of February, episode 8, and Athena and Adrian are not having the best time. He asked Athena if she'd ever cheated, and she says she did when she was in her early 20s, and he was being a total dick about it. And I know that for some people that is a deal breaker, but I think, well, people can change. Then they got a task to write each other a letter about what had changed them in their life, and she was just writing about being a mum and all that, which, to be honest, I don't think he'd have gave a fuck about anyway. And then he didn't even write a letter. He didn't even put one bit of effort in. And in my head, I thought to myself, either he's been abused as a child, or he's seen somebody being murdered, or like something like so drastic like that he doesn't want to talk about it. But just because you're told to write a letter about what's changed you doesn't mean to say that you have to go so deep into it. He could have said something else that changed him, like a slight thing. Do you know what I mean? Like a friend in his life, or his grandmother, or whatever other shite they talk. But he just didn't even want to put any fucking effort in. And then when the producer says to him that she'd seen his application and they were talking about cheating, and he was saying, "No, I didn't cheat, I wasn't going out with the person." Well, obviously if you're seeing somebody and then you're going with somebody else, then technically it's not cheating, but it just really depends on the situation and the agreement that they've got. But his face was telling a different story. I don't trust him. Now listen, I love Marina and Tony, but I am on Tony's side here. It could be just the way it's edited, but when he was talking about the most romantic thing that his ex had done for him, and she just totally was like, "Oh, I've never had that, I can't wait to have that. Oh, I'm so jealous that you've had that." Like, let the guy speak. Do you know what I mean? Like, we know that your husband didn't love you and they abused you or whatever, but he can't even get a word in edgeways. What I did find a bit strange though is that during the wedding, I'm sure he says that he gets up at like 4 or 5 a.m. And then all of a sudden he was saying to her in this episode that he wasn't a morning person. Make up your fucking mind. Billy and Serena are so cute. He said in his VT that he was a sensitive guy, and you kind of look at him and go, "Are you?" And I did doubt him, to be honest, but he does seem so sweet. And then when they were doing the challenge that they had to rate the girls, he just put her at number 1 and he was like, "That's it, that's all that matters." Ugh. He's so cute. Okay, you may disagree with me here and let me know in the comments, but I don't think that what he said about the other women was that bad, other than the comment about he prefers somebody who's more Caucasian. But everybody's got a type, right? And I've never thought, "Oh, I prefer somebody who's more Caucasian, or they don't have these certain types of features, or like colour of skin, or whatever else," right? But I have watched so many reality shows, and there's been people, black and white people, all different races, and they'll maybe say, "Oh, I like a dark chocolate man," or "I like a chocolate woman," and nobody ever says anything about it. It's as if like it's okay to say that, but it's not okay to say that you prefer a Caucasian. I don't have any preference, I'm usually going personality. But other than that, right, I don't think that any of the comments that he made was that bad, and I do think it was like kind of bantery. And when he was saying, "Oh, like she looks as if she'd kill you in your sleep," or whatever else, I've had worse than that said to my face, and I just find it funny. I don't know if she was really that offended by what he said about the other women, or if she was more offended that he put her at number 4. If anything, I think that he was trying to put her at number 4 but soften the blow by saying negative things about the other women. And another thing as well, when he said about Marina, like she's older, like I'm not attracted to older women, there's literally nothing wrong with saying that. It's okay to have a type, but let me know in the comments, do you think that what he said was really that bad? Before I watched the show this morning, I seen a clip of her saying that she'd got drunk and went and knocked on somebody's door, so you automatically think, "Oh, she's cheated." But she went to see Serena and told her what he said, and Billy was going nuts. They're all going nuts. I don't really think that there's a need for this. Australians don't come across as sensitive people. Like, they're not politically correct, they just come out with shit. So I think that's why I'm so confused about why this seems like such a big deal. Jackie and Ryan, we already know that they two are delusional. He thinks he's a warrior, and she thinks she's a fucking godly being above all else. She absolutely is like the worst type of person that I could ever meet. Other than a trad wife. When she was reading a letter about what changed her or made her who she is, all she could talk about was college, uni, experience, all the things that she could do for business. It was like a fucking application form to The Apprentice. It was so embarrassing. Then, when she says, I literally make money in my sleep. I mean, who makes money in my sleep? Let me tell you who makes money in their sleep. Even I make fucking money in my sleep. Anybody who's monetized on YouTube and TikTok is making money in their sleep. Anybody who sells audiobooks or does drop shipping makes money in their sleep. There's literally courses all over the internet about how to make money in your sleep. You're not the fucking be all and end all of fucking finance. She absolutely does my head in. I usually don't ever comment on people's looks, but since the show started, I've thought that she looked like a specific character. And then last night, I seen a post and somebody says, oh, my brother says that she looks like this character, and it popped up. And I thought, aye, that is quite a similarity. So I scrolled down in the comments and somebody says, oh, she looks like this character, a green person, very popular. And you cannot unsee this. Like the other day, when she was talking about her ex and she was sitting smiling, you literally cannot unsee it. Side by side comparison, they're like twins. If it comes up in your FYP, you'll see it and you'll be like, 100%. Now, while I don't like to comment on people's appearances, I do like to comment on their personalities, and she's an absolute fucking cunt. So he wasn't happy about it, and he's saying that was like a resume you just read out to me. And I don't like him either, right? But I was on his side during this. And then later, she was trying to do something nice, and she bought him a fucking book about relationships, like making money in relationships or something. And I was like, she is a fucking crackpot. I get that a lot of people get into relationships and they'll say, I want somebody who's driven, somebody who's successful, so that I'm not basically doing all the grafting and bringing all the money into the house. Understand that. Personally, I've been with people who have been rich, I've been with people who have been unemployed, and it doesn't matter to me. As long as you're happy with that person, I don't give a fuck how much money you make. But it seems as if she wants to come across as this power couple, and she just looks like a fucking loser. But it could be worse. She could be a trad wife. Let me know in the comments what you thought of today's episode, and let me know, do you think that those comments he made about those other women were that bad? Like if somebody says to you, oh, you look as if you've got crazy eyes, you look as if you'd kill me in my sleep, I would just laugh that off. To me, it's not a big deal. But let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!